So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Let's see, are we live yet? I think it's gotten
Um,
some. Mm, I guess I'll see the comments if we are live yet, because for the life of me, I can't figure out if I am
okay.
live or not.
But has it given
So
you any indications that we are live or not?
I'll tell you now. I'll tell you. I haven't
Okay.
done this in a while, TT, so ish. Just forgive me. I'm a
It's
bit
okay.
rusty.
No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, yes, we are finally live. I see that we've been live for
Okay.
the last 50 seconds. Good
Okay.
evening,
Okay.
everybody. It's it's been a while since I've done this. So I was telling TT Huri, I'm still trying to figure out what button works, where, what's happening. But I see people are
Hmm.
tuning in, which is great. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the rest of my guests. I think Jay, they got cold feet. But TT, you are here.
Yes.
You are here to represent
Um,
the bravest man in Mzansi right now is you.
yeah. Hectic, hectic, hectic. Yeah.
No
I'm
pressure, no
here.
pressure. We
Sure,
will do this,
sure.
TT. If the other guests join in, it will be great, guys. Please don't chicken out. I
Yeah.
mean, we already planned this out. We talked about this. This is not as scary as it looks, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah.
back to the basic. Ka lebitso ke Makabelo Motaung, and I am a social and dating coach. And I decided that I missed this. I miss interacting with my fabulous humans, as I like to call you guys. Because lately I've been having different conversations. I think as we grow, TT. Okay, so before I go on and on, I have a guest.
Mm.
I introduce Selena. TT, do your thing.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Titi. I'm a youth practitioner and also a philanthropist, a good friend to KB. I've known her for some years now. And yeah, I'm just this guy that's here on Facebook as well, by the name of my handle rather, it's Tatana Tingeko. Yeah, so that's whom I
I thought
am.
you were doing the hashtag Kuluva in a suit.
Yeah. Actually. Yeah, it's hashtag Kuluva in a suit. That's what represents me. And sorry for the bad lighting. I'm in my rural home in KZN. So, yeah, so I'm here.
And I'm in my bedroom. What a
Yeah,
way to
yeah,
kickstart this. Let's get personal, right?
yeah.
I
No,
mean,
no,
how
no.
personal can we get? So we're about to get
Yeah,
personal. I see Mbali
sure.
is tuning in. Sia Sanga. Oh, Spogazi, I see you. You're tuning in as well. Thank you. Guys, keep the comments coming because I'm 4 guests short. Can you believe it? 4 guests short. So Titi, I mean, I wanted us to dialogue on being a single man. We hear a lot of women talking about being single, but I just wanted the focus to be around men today. And next week, I promise you, ladies, I'll bring in some of you guys to have a dialogue with. But before we do
Mm.
that, Titi, there's a song that I want you to listen to. I had a song specially for you guys, right? Let's listen to
Okay.
this song. Wait, where's the song? Yeah, where's the song? How do I play the song? Oh my word. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I'll have to find the song on YouTube because wow, it's not working out here. But how am I gonna
Okay.
share this on let's see. Yeah, Titi, you are my experiment today. Be patient with me.
No, it's good. I'm used to being used as an experiment.
Anyway, the song doesn't want to play, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Let's see. No, it definitely
Okay.
doesn't want to play. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove this from my studio and then it's just me and you, Titi. So,
All right.
I mean, basically, the song was talking about being single as a man. Like it's saying, "Look, I'm single now.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting my money. I'm gonna spend my money on me and all of that." Maybe let's get to why are you single, TT?
Why am I single? I'm single because I'm not
Yes.
married yet. I'm single because I'm not married yet, but also because I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I've been
Mm,
working on myself, but again, I've got a lady that I'm currently chatting up, so she has not yet said yes. So I'm single because of those reasons, but also it's a matter of personal choice, whereby it has been my greatest goal, to work on myself financially, emotionally, and spiritually. So because I don't believe in going to a relationship broke. I know there's many things that we have to contribute and provide for in a relationship, except for for finance. But for now, I'm just still in my zone, trying to find my fit, and hopefully, when all settles well, then I should be someone's shoulder to cry on. Yeah.
that was a thought through answer. That was
But
not because you practiced that from the day you accepted my invite. Um,
yeah.
so Titi, one of the what I was so happy when you said you are going to have a conversation with me and be part of this, because I know you to be a guy that talks from the heart. You don't
Yeah.
filter life, you don't filter your experiences, and I think that's one thing I appreciate about you. But now
Yeah.
tell me, would you say, from your own experience as a man, as a single man, for now until that lady says yes, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that it's getting harder to partner up, um, as a man in 2022?
Yes, I would say it is because and I'm speaking for myself, is
Yeah.
that one of the key challenges that I've been coming across is that some of the women that we express interest in tend to take social media content and want to practice it in reality. And in the real world, you find that it has no balance, it has no adjustment entirely. So I would make an example, right?
Mm,
Most of the women want a ready-made man. They want you to already have your own property, your own vehicle, your own finances should be in standard, right? But the thing is,
mm,
there's this part of us that needs to be worked on. And the fact that for now I cannot provide for you materialistically and financially so does not mean that I'll be absent in your life emotionally, I'll be absent in your life spiritually as well. There's other
mm,
qualities that we possess as men that could play, play a huge role in the development of a woman and the relationship itself. So what then tends to happen is a lot of our ladies want to seem politically correct and politically acceptable in the social media space. Therefore, what
yeah.
happens is even if she likes you in the real world, you still have a challenge of having to fit the profile that is being shared out in social media. And it's a challenge to live up to that because social media gives us half truths, whereas in the real world, we have to be hardcore, we have to be raw. When I'm broke, I'm broke, right? And then when I have money, I have money. But then the thing is, our center of focus and attention that then makes it hard for us as men, right, to be able to develop and start these relationships is that the expectations on us are what takes time for us to achieve, right? And it becomes so hard. So going back to your question, it is hard, it is challenging. It's not an easy space to tap in.
Yeah. But Titi, when you
Yeah.
say the expectation on us, is the expectation from women or from yourself or other men around you? Who's the expectation, the biggest expectation from? Do men have excuse me, do men have expectations from other men in terms of I don't know, like living up to, do men have that expectation? Because it seems like Ure, the expectation on us, I assume you're saying it's by women.
Yeah, look, KB, ne? So I'll give you this one. Once again, I'll point it back to
Mm,
myself that I want to be loved. I want to be appreciated. I want you to have me in your space as your man, right? I care less for where you live, where you and whom you stay with. I even if you're not mobile, for me that doesn't matter. What I expect of you is to be able to give me a space in your life as this man that would love you as you are. So the
Mm,
expectations that we have on you ladies are non-materialistic at most, and it will be very much rare for me to request for financial assistance from you because I hustle for myself. I've got ways that I'm able to make money for myself. But the thing is, your expectations of how financially stable I should be, it's what would take time for me to get to, right? But for me, it's
mm,
just simple. Let me love you. Let me be this guy that will come into your life. Do I want to make love to you? Yes, certainly. I need you to be available for me sexually. I need you to be available for me emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. So that already gives you the gap and the bridge that exists, that more of what is expected of us is materialistic and financial. However, what we expect of you, it's non-tangible, So those are some of the expectations that I'm speaking about.
yeah. But now,
Yeah,
Titi, I mean, obviously at the age, I assume you're in your late 30s, if I'm
yeah,
correct, late 30s, right?
yeah,
At
yeah, yeah,
the age, we are more or less at the same age range. Do you find that, I mean, for me, the biggest pressure that would make me want a man that's maybe well established, not well established, but a man that has has his life together. The reason why I would want that is number one, because I think somebody wrote this on my page the other day when I was talking about, I can't remember what I was
yeah,
talking about, but basically they insinuated that women have security needs, and security needs go far beyond, you protecting me if a lion comes or if so to eat, but it's also just about like stability nyana of some sort, and I'm not asking for what I cannot, I don't know, but just the basics here. When I'm choosing a mate, for example, to grow a family with, I'm looking at somebody
yeah,
that's able to provide for that family, right?
yeah, yeah.
Is that not fair expectation on each other? Because Luena, you're also looking for that when you made and make a child. Do men not look for that as well when they look out for a mate to parent with? Do you not look out to like, okay, is KB, if anything happens to me, can KB still take care of the children? Can my children still continue to have a normal life? Can my children still, do you understand? Is that not a reasonable,
Yeah.
fair thing to?
To expect. You have a point, but that also remains to be secondary to our expectations. Primarily, remember that for us as men, we we know that naturally we grow up being prepared to become providers. But then, and for us again, from the point of reasoning, you want to first be able to ensure that your partner is emotionally safe with you, she's spiritually safe with you, and you are able to provide for that. Then secondary would be what would then be at these other expectations, security financially, property, and so on and so forth. But I'll give you another example.
Yeah,
Life changes, life. Hence, I was talking more of being realistic about our expectations and our approach to life. Life has serious challenges out there. I even shared my life story that last year was the worst year of my life, where I
yeah,
lost all my property, from being hijacked, losing my property, and due to COVID, I lost all of my business partnerships and funding. And that already, though I was what you would term as a ready-made man prior to all those happenings, post the experiences that I had last year, it has now put me at a space where I'm a guy who's still trying to find his feet, right?
yeah,
So I couldn't have been prepared for life as it is right now. However, I do have a plan. I do have a mission. So and in a space like this one, whereby now I can no longer afford to cater for our children at 100%, I'd certainly need you to carry over. But
So
whatever
it
it is
is
that you carry
important
over,
then.
um,
It is
what,
important
what,
that we are able to financially get by together, right?
yeah, certainly. But also we should accept the reality that during that process,
Life
I would have to be
happens.
selfish. I would have to be selfish somewhere where I would have to over prioritize myself because um, if I do not have a vehicle right now that allows me to hustle better, and you have your vehicle, I would have to prioritize myself to ensure that I get a car sooner. So if I have a 200 rands, instead of giving you 100 rand, I'll give you a 50 and then I'll return the 150. And I'm doing that because I have to over prioritize myself so that I can catch up because of my
Yeah.
natural instinct that I am a provider and it works big time on me. It's an and I'll be honest to admit that it's an ego issue, it's a pride issue, the fact that I as a man cannot do certain things for you as my partner, and then you now have to carry over certain tasks. And
Yeah.
we also go back to how we were raised. I come from a traditional background where a man is required to be the head of the family and the woman has to be the
Mm,
head of the house. So I,
mm,
as the head of the family, have to ensure that the finances are in order and I'm the one that gives you the money. So you can
mhm,
imagine how it deals with me when I do not have money to give to you. Ultimately, it puts me in a position where I need to fast pace my life and yeah, and just think about me on the 100 and less more about you because you've got it. You know, you
yeah.
can cover for us on other basics.
Yeah, but I think,
Yeah,
Titi, it's very important what you mentioned, Hore. Unfortunately, when you are single and then life happens, then you stop the idea of dating and love. That's what happened to me. I stopped the idea of dating and love for the longest time because life was happening to me, right? And I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
explain to it's something else because men also want to know what is it that you're doing. And if I said to you, I'm unemployed, I'm still trying to already you can see who Mutwao Jaja. Do you understand?
yeah,
Um, if you're in a relationship with them, or they start treating you a certain way, if you are not financially where you need to be. I saw that. I saw from a man who like ke a tseba ke jwang, ne? Ke KB the
yeah,
hustler. I'm a lady that works hard, through and through. But I
yeah,
met this person through the most challenging days of my years. And unfortunately for
yeah,
him, it was bad timing. But what I find is that this is both ways where you find where you alter your dating experience because of where you are financially. I
yeah,
found that I wasn't open to the idea of a relationship because I knew financially I'm not where I want to be, But with you,
uh-huh,
okay, guys, can you share your experiences. Don't just comment. Like, just share your experience because this is a conversation we are all having, right? You can type your
yeah.
experiences. So, Titi, before I go into my next question, I have yeah. So somebody says you are their soulmate. I don't know why, but Melo says you are their soulmate. You know why? Maybe I don't know. When only Melo lives about something. And then Keke says, Keke, and let me tell you, she's a pretty one. This one, hey Melo. So I'm sure it's not going to be a bad match.
Okay.
And Lebohang says, I don't bet in going into a relationship broke. But this is exactly what I'm saying. And this goes both ways, where if you are financial, and I'm not saying be rich, but I knew Kinale
Yeah,
Mathata, man, I was demanding a lot from a man than I would usually demand from a man. I would literally now be expecting you to help me out with petrol. Something as simple as that I can usually provide for myself. But life happens to all of us. So, I mean, Titi, for you, what do you miss the most about the idea of a relationship? What do you miss the most? Assuming this lady hasn't given you anything yet, but what do you miss the most about being in a relationship?
warmth. I miss the warmth, because it, though you might be strong for yourself, but there's this warmth that I do miss. There's been good things
Yeah.
happening for me recently, where I'm now, all these doors that had been closed before are now starting to open up. There's opportunities running in, right? And then, but now the thing is,
Wow.
you get this phone call, you get this email that confirms that, look, would love to partner with you, would love to sponsor and fund your programs. You then have no one to really scream to about this. You're looking for that one person whom you can just pick up your phone and say, look, yo, babe, I got that deal. I went out for this presentation,
Mm,
I killed it. I was able to manipulated the process, though I couldn't meet certain requirements, but I was able to pull through. Or even these people bought into my idea, and it's a unique one. So it's the warmth that
mm,
I miss. It's the belonging that I really miss when it comes to relationship. Um, telephones are impersonal. I'll be honest. They are quite
mm,
impersonal because they do not give you that full compassion, that full warmth that you and the affection that you need. I could share with you
yeah.
stuff via WhatsApp, voice note, and telephonically or over a video call, but there's that one thing that I need you to hug me. I need to see your facial expression when you congratulate me, right? So that's one thing that I
Yeah.
miss, and because for
Mr.
me
Warm.
personally, yeah, and then for me personally, I draw a lot of my motivation and inspiration from women. So whenever I'm in a relationship, I run it 100, but when I'm single, I
Yeah.
tend to run it 80.
I get you, my friend.
So
Mr.
yeah,
Warm, you and Jay, to say, well done, it's gonna be okay, right?
yeah,
What are
cheerleader.
some of the what are some of the things you're looking forward to doing when you get into a relationship, or some of the expressions that you're looking to, to express to someone? I miss saying, okay, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay,
But what do you miss? I'll come back to that. What do you miss?
okay.
What do you miss, TT? Okay, you said you miss the
Uh,
warmth, but what are some of the things you are looking forward to expressing?
Okay, so I've been celibate now for a year. Uh I
Wow,
I
wow, wow,
I
I take my duke off.
yeah, look, I've been celibate for, so I'm seriously sexually disciplined. So
Wow.
I've been celibate for a year now. Actually, I made a year on the 13th of May, 2022. There was a year, so I've been celibate, and for me, I look forward to. I don't look forward to, and I'll be raw about this. I don't look forward to. I don't look forward to fucking, and I do not look forward to having sex. I look forward to making love, and that's one things that I look forward to when it comes to that. But also having to feel emotionally and mentally safe and sane in the space of that relationship. Those are the key things that are primary to me, that are of paramount importance and need, because the rest of the other things I know, Jorge, I'll be able to cover up for as the relationship progresses. But those are the
Mm,
main three things for me. Whenever I wake up in the morning, my body talks to me. And when I go to
yeah,
bed again, my body reminds me that you're not supposed to be alone. So I look
yeah.
forward to that.
You are a man.
Yeah, I look
Yeah,
forward to
no,
that. I look forward
you,
to being I look
man.
forward to being kissed. You know.
I know, right? Random
Yeah,
kisses. I'm
yeah, I
telling
look
you.
forward to
So,
that.
but you know what's hard, ne? If you are a
Yeah,
person that, for example, my love language is continuous touch. My love language is affection. I love random touches, kisses. And so to
yeah,
be stripped away from that, and you are trying to feel loved even when you're not you don't have, you're trying to substitute and give yourself that, but I cannot give myself affection. Do you understand? I can give myself motivation, I can give myself, but there are other things that you need from other people. Okay, so let's read up on the comment. Melo Habe is here. TT, I hinted. Is he single? Yo, please tell him to send me a request. Please get out of the Okay, so saying, in my experience, I dated a guy who was unemployed and carried him through. Guy got a job, did not even spare a lousy cent for decency's sake, right? My take is, carrying a man financially, they just forget about being a provider because we are independent. That's another thing. It's a risk it's a risk, I suppose, to always help anyone out, be it a friend, a family member. It's a risk, right? But you do it for you, I think. Nake gets it.
Yeah, but from a relationship perspective, I think what she was in is that this is what she didn't know. The intentions were not equal, were not the same. For him, she was in love with him, hence she could support him. But for him, the relationship was a survivalist relationship.
Yeah.
So he was using her to survive and get through. He knew that at the mother zone of his heart, he knew that she is not whom he wants to be with. However, he needed her at that particular time for survival. And it's not always that all of us as men, when we are down and out, we turn out to be like that, and we don't support back the women that we've been with when they carried us on our dark days. However, it's coming out more often that men do not show appreciation. They don't show great gratitude to the women that have carried them then. So it's a lot of those survivalist relationships that are messing up, even for people like ourselves whose intentions are good, people that are loyal, people that understand the importance of gratitude. So unfortunately for her, the guy was in a survivalist relationship with her. However, she was in a romantic relationship with him, as keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. Okay, so we have a few comments, but I'm not gonna come back to them. And they're from your fan. I don't know if I should call her your fan.
Oh, okay.
Can you please hook up with Melo, please? I'll pay for your
I will.
guys. You guys must.
I'm vegan.
Okay, so Titi, yeah, okay. I think I don't know, Melo. Are you vegan? Because Titi is vegan. And we Titi. It's a sex. Titi, it's a sex. I Titi umatata. Yo. Titi, how it's a sex.
Yeah, because I'm singing, you know.
I know. At least I'm singing somewhere.
Yeah, you know. So,
but Titi, do you find also, like, with part of your lifestyle choices, that you don't easily find women who share in that experience with you, or do you find that there's more and more women like you out there, or where now your type is there in heaven and you are unfortunately living here on earth with us, the sinners?
look, I'll be honest to say you know, when a woman is interested in you, she tends to adopt your lifestyle. She tends to become you in a way, and a lot of women are open-minded. They are teachable. So I've come across some of the ladies that would be willing to, you know, follow my kind of lifestyle without even me recruit them into it, but because they see the benefits of it, right? I do not so I do not consume alcohol because I've seen the impact it has had in the people in my life. So my reason stems from that. But when it comes to me being purely vegetarian, from an early age, I think I was around the age of 8 when I just never had the love for meat, you know. So I do come across such women, and most of the ladies right now, they are more health conscious. So it tends to become a motivation for them. Most of them go to gym. So automatically they use it as a method of discipline for them to, you know, stick to their diet. So there is those kind of women there, and the chakra ladies, you know, those woke women they tend to follow
Well,
this
those I
organic
have.
lifestyle. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But you know, it's okay. It's a lifestyle that you choose. But I think we can still be spiritual without I don't know, it differs for all of us, I guess. But Titi, why do you think men are not open to talking about this experience? I mean, today was a typical example that shows I invited five guys and you're the only one that showed up. Why
Yeah.
is it that men are still not willing to talk about? Is there anything that men are willing to talk about? Let me start there.
Um, Men are willing to talk. Men are willing to express themselves. Men also are aware of the platforms that have been created for them out there. The thing that happens and becomes a point of discouragement for most men is that we go to a conference or a dialogue of men, right? And during our
Mm,
conversations, we become emotional, we express ourselves in every way that we are challenged at that particular time. However, once you come onto social media has become one of the things that tends to, though it's affording us the platform, it's also silencing us, right? Because my pain as a man, when I share it here, um, automatically it becomes a joke to someone, and
mm,
most of what becomes a hateful story about my experiences tends to trend more than the the the, the impact or the aim of why I shared the story. So men are out there, but a lot of men were not taught rather to communicate their feelings, to express themselves in the 100% of their departments of their lives. So what you tend to experience now is that you have men that are only now becoming accustomed to the fact that they need to speak in a room full of people
yeah,
where there's cameras, whatever you're sharing is being recorded. So let's use this evening's engagement. I would believe that the
yeah.
guys didn't participate simply because maybe one of them or maybe all of them, they have multiple women that they are flirting with, and now
So they're
they've
not
had
really single.
yeah, and they've raised hopes to certain women, and now it becomes a thing of, here's the reality now, confronting them, come out and speak. You said you're single, but now it's not going to make sense to Melo and KB later to say, how do you participate in a platform of singles, speak about yourself being single, as you have been telling me gore o batla bokamoso le nna.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
also dishonesty from our side as well works against us, puts us in a position where we don't want to speak out because re na le maaka le rona. We are deceivers, and we're
mm,
also
yeah,
suffering from self-identity.
yeah. Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
read up on a few comments, and from the ladies. Funny
Okay.
enough, still not even one comment from the gents, but it's okay. I'll let you guys
Okay.
slowly get into this. So another one is from guess who? Guess
Uh,
Atiti.
Ospasi.
I give hello. Melo, well done. Control is very important part of the growth. Many people miss that one building block, right? Kiketo also
Mm-hmm.
saying thank you. Well put, TT. Gamu is saying Dumela.
Well,
Dumela Gamu. Nolikwa saying the
hello.
intentions went equal. Thank you, TT. A light bulb moment. Okay, I'll get to the other comments. But also, TT, where do men have a type? Do men have a type?
I like that question, right? And for this particular reason. So I'll speak for myself on that one. To tell you that I do not have a type. Um,
Okay.
physically, physically, I do not have a type. However, I've changed my mind around what I define as a type when it comes to women. So
Mm.
men do have type, but our what we want is different. I'll tell you again about me, Jorge. I do not care for your body size. I used to care about that when I was still young in terms of what I want and want to chase in life. And when I used to still do things to please my ego and people around me, I would tell you, no, I want a curvaceous woman. I want a woman who's this and that. And all of the description would be more physical. However, I've grown to say I want a woman who's my type emotionally, who's my type spiritually, because those are important to me. If you are not my type spiritually, there's no way that even if I like you physically, there's no way that you and I would build anything. So
Yeah.
it needs to come to that point. But what I've also came to understand is most of the men that, because when you speak of type, we tend to
Yeah.
focus it more on the physical outlook. And I think most of the men that still consider type on from that aspect of women are men that are still yet to learn to control their sexual desires. Because only lust would succeed you in saying, I want this curvaceous woman who looks like this and that, even if she disrespects you, but you're still with her for the way she looks. Then you find one that will be in a happy relationship, a beautiful union. And when you look at this guy and you look at the guy looks much better than the woman physically, but the woman is 100 spiritually. She's 100 emotionally. And the reason this guy glows, the reason he looks so handsome, and you can see the beauty in his soul and his spirit, is because this woman keeps on planting and feeding and taking care of the garden. That is him, right? The person that you cannot see through your naked eye. And that is the type that I look forward to. That's the type that I look for as well. I need a woman whom, when I say to her, "Re tlo rapela," she understands the importance of that, and whom, when I'm sad, I can be vulnerable to. That's the type of woman that I'm looking for. I'm so done and over the physical outlook of type. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, oh, Titi. But do you think men can be manipulated into can women manipulate you into being your type?
Yeah. I think we all have a natural ability and a gift to pretend. So it's not per se manipulation, but it's pretense. And ultimately, you are going to get exhausted. It's going to frustrate you at the end because you need to pretend to be at the level of my self-esteem. You need to pretend to be at the level of my being for you to match up with TT, his spirituality, his outlook in life, and so on and so forth. And that will it's going to suppress you. It will suffocate you because that's not whom you are. And there are men that have been manipulated to believe into such. I mean, we see it out there where men tell you, Hore, this woman all along, I thought she was this person until she got into an argument, motho wa rogana. And this is the first time I'm seeing this side of her. And again, we'll be in relationships, and there's a language that people use where a person says, time and again, when I'm kids, you don't know me. You don't know me. You'll see the real me one day. Those are red flags that are being put out there to say whatever you see, come on, of me or whatever that I'm presenting right now, it's tolerance. But the real me will come out, and you're not going to like it. Yeah,
So, Titi, I see
yeah,
we have like 15 minutes left. I don't know how time just flies like that. So, Titi, I know that you're
yeah,
also a father, right? So, do
yeah.
men also consider how a woman is going to fit into their kids' lives when they date, or when it's like, okay, this woman is sexy, she's beautiful, I love, do men also think about that? Because I think for me, every time when I date someone, I would think, can they fit into that side of me, the mother, can I see this man? Do you also look at that and say, can I see this woman being a future mother? Or go away, and it's like, okay, can you be my girlfriend? Does it count? I know. I think TT is stuck somewhere in the network. But anyway, let me just read your comments so far while I wait for TT to return to the world of the living. Melo Habe, I'm not vegan, but I will support TT. And I'm that woman for him. I'm telling you, hey. Gets as Macabello sips wine, girl. Coach, tell TT I'm vegan too. See, seems about vegan from when? Yes, TT is gonna change women around. Noliko, I'm alone. TT, come back. Noliko is saying, I'm with you, Tatana. I love that name, right? In a relationship, you like to enter one on a similar level. One doesn't want to enter a relationship and be a better and big ups. I guess that's what we shared as well. Melo Habe, oh Melo, I'm gonna skip your comments because when TT, you just need to get in an inbox together. Butu Melo or I conquer, I wonder kaing. Kamu are most say they don't have types, Mara they always go for the same kind of woman. Gigetso is saying once read a book by T.D. Jakes, Woman Thou Art Loosed. I think I read that as well. He wrote about seeing a couple's not so compatible to the eyes of the public, yet they are so happy in love. It's simply because their spiritual connection basically is what lies inside. I guess so. I guess so. I can't have this dialogue alone, unfortunately. I don't know if Titi is gonna come back or not. But the intention of okay, he's coming back. Actually, let me add him. He's here. Welcome back, Titi. I
Sorry
have
about
the
that.
dialogue
Yeah,
alone.
yeah,
That's
no,
okay. So you were responding to my answer, I think. Or can I move on to another question? Were you responding to it?
yeah. The question about getting to a relationship and the expectations that you would have as a parent, right? I don't know if you have captured that well. So what I was saying is that we need to be clear when we get into these relationships. Are we looking for people to get into romantic relationships with, or are we looking for people to become parents to Banabaron? So
Oh,
that's
wow.
quite. Are we looking for help or are we looking for relationships? So in my instance,
Looking for step parent.
whenever yeah, right. And so in my instance is that whenever I'd meet a woman, I tell them I've got kids. However, I'm not looking for a mother for my kids. They have their mom. She's doing well with the
Mm,
kids, and I appreciate that. Her focus
mm,
will be on her and I, but it would be a good thing if she were to have a a good relationship with my kids because
mm.
ultimately I'd want for them to know her, to respect her, and
Yeah.
for them to know that she's a part of my life. I think where we lose it and we go wrong is that thing where I meet you, KB, you've got kids, and
Mm.
already you want me to play Papa to your daughter,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that is a problem because the already you are skipping a lot of steps in our
Mm,
connection. I have not yet proved myself enough to you as a boyfriend.
mm,
You don't know how I am as a leader in personally or even in the relationship as a man. You don't know how I'm able to lead and guide and offer advice and protection. Already want me to play a role of a parent, and you find that
yeah.
I'm also failing with my own. I might be financially available to my children, and if I'm only financially available to my kids and emotionally absent, best believe that I'm going to become three times more of that your own child. And
Yeah.
most of that tends to become a reality once you have had sex. So this is one of the things where when people who have children and they tell me they are struggling when it comes to relationships, and I ask them, did the challenges happen before or after the sex?
Wow. Mm, mm,
And at most, people have a mind freeze. Then they'll tell you, no, he changed after the sex. So it goes back to intention. Hore, this guy had to
mm,
pretend to care for you and the child because he wanted to sleep with you. And the only way he could be able to go through that process is to use the child as an access point. And whom is to blame? It's you. Because you are putting a standard to me to saying, Titi, for you to be in my life, you must know I come with a package which is Mwanawaka. That
mm,
that for
mm.
me already gives me a sign that okay, So this is your soft spot. This is you where you are most vulnerable. So even if I can be bad to you, or I do not meet certain requirements that you look for as a woman, if I'm able to do good and pretend to be a good father to or a good malume to your child, then I've won you. And then that becomes a challenge. So we need to separate between the two. Are you looking to be in a relationship with a man for you, or are you looking for to be in a relationship with a man to come and help you
For your
parent your
child.
child?
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
Titi, we have 10 more minutes. What are some of the 10 off with single women that you've seen? Maybe some of the top three 10 offs with single women that you like, I single woman.
Yo. Okay. Okay. Let me use a recent experience that I had. Okay. There's this lady.
Okay, no names. No
You
names.
know, we, we were flirting with,
No
and I
names.
really liked her. No names, no names. But the thing, what became a turn off for me is she's so vulgar. She's so vulgar.
One.
You know, wa everything a gagwe e na le tlhapa. So we could, it could be a serious conversation, a serious conversation. And at first I thought maybe, it's one of those things where a person could just throw an insult here and there and then it passes.
Yeah.
But to her, it's a part of whom she is. And that for me, because of the image and the profile of life that I'm building for myself, she could not feature there. So that was a turn off. Secondly, her wanting to constantly be affirmed that she's beautiful. I have to tell you that you are beautiful because I say it. It does not have to become a job. Don't make it a job for me to constantly affirm you. Let it come from me. And now in that time of flirting with her, I had to be reminded, no, you didn't tell me I'm beautiful today. You didn't tell me this. I'm like, but I wait for me, just allow me.
Yeah.
Yes, the fact that you almost, I know, but that's not now a primary thing for me to constantly work on. And thirdly, being lies, and I don't have a better way for this one, but or misleading, being misled, it's a turn off. So a person would tell you that I'm okay with you still hustling, trying to get your life together and but the person then turns around and tells you that the things that are a problem for her in the relationship are things that you were able to present earlier in the relationship. Now they're becoming a problem and they're being used as ammunition against you. So those were the three tenors for me: being misled, vulgar,
Yeah.
your language,
Yeah.
yeah, and your
I
intentions
wonder
must be
if
good.
moved on now. And what are some of the maybe top three, top three 10 ons that you were like, wow, that's really a 10 on that single
Okay.
women have done or said?
So Katie, I love intelligent women. I love Basadi ba botlhale. That for me is a super turn on. And I love a woman that understands herself in the absence of me. A confident woman. That is a turn on
Wow, a
for me.
woman who understands herself in the absence of me. Hmm.
Yes,
Secure.
right. And then thirdly, a clean woman. Yo, I love clean women. Mutara temeiti. Because that for me is a huge turn on.
Yeah.
Um, I should be able to look at you and your skin should tell me that I get fed water.
Hmm.
That one, because you must remember, Kore, there's that part of our lives in the relationship where I have to explore your body and we when I explore your body, I don't have to think twice before I go oral on you, right? So invite me in your space, rata metsi, for me to be able to enjoy your skin. I don't have to taste salt on your body.
But, oh,
And there's the kind of salt that says, So for me, that is a huge turn on. It voluntarily invites me to give of myself to you to also partake in the foreplay. How else do I
Mm.
go down on you, whereas I know Hore, you don't bath well?
Mara ke re wena ha o etse sexy Titi, ke re wena o celibate. So
Yeah,
the guy
I'm
was like,
celibate for now. Yeah, yeah, I'm celibate for now because I'm still in the market, right? But until suppose it happens that
yeah.
I get to eventually come out there, those are things that I know Jorge, they are primary to me. Those are of paramount importance for me to me, and they would work. And if maybe I don't know from
Mm.
this conversation whom I might end up with, and at least the person would
Mm.
understand and know, okay, this is how this person reasons and these are his expectations. Therefore, if I have to present myself to him, I present myself in this way, and he too would have to meet my expectations as well. So in a way, ke a
Mm.
share-la le nna mo ke leng ko teng.
Oh, okay. So you're ready. You're ready to deal with the salt.
Yeah, why not? I
Never
am.
about it. So, Titi, we have 5 more minutes left. And in the five
Okay.
minutes, maybe let me get into your fear for a second. What is your fear of relationships, if you have any, of dating again? What is your fear? Because, yes, we might talk about the nice things, but what is your fear of dating again?
One, rejection. Yeah. That's my worst
Mm.
fear when it comes to relationships. Rejection. That for me, it's in bold letters, rejection. It messes you up.
Mhm.
It's worse than betrayal. I think for now the word that's being used is ghosting, but rejection is that's my worst kind of fear in when it comes to dating, because you are left asking yourself a lot of questions that are hard
Mm.
and you don't have answers to. So it's a mess. It's a mess. So rejection. Mm-mm.
Yeah, rejection. I guess it's for all of us. You know, my
Yeah.
fear, I think, is finding someone that is not as ready as I am, somebody who has not done the work as much as I have. I mean, my friend, we were just talking about this before we went live, where I said the past 2 years, 2 years
Yeah.
ago, I was a different person. And that's because I had so much to deal with that I've done so much of work on myself that the fear is now finding someone who is yet to go through that messy journey when I've passed it. Do you understand? I want somebody who's
Yeah.
already had their messy journey and they've dealt with that. I honestly don't want to be tagged along to a messy journey. You know,
Yeah.
rejection
True.
is
True.
it's a valid one, I guess. So Titi, let me read
Yeah.
up on the comments and then I'll give you a few minutes to close off
Okay.
on what has been your experiences with dating and being single.
Okay.
Damu says, Ari, okay, most say they don't have a type, Mara, they always go for the same kind of woman, which is true, I guess. I've read Kiketo's comment. And Nolito is repeating your point, which is, are you looking for a girlfriend or boyfriend, or are you looking for a parent to your children? I'd open a church already. Hallelujah. And your crush is here saying, Melo is saying, I told you this is my man. Like, I can get it somewhere. Nolito
She
is
can come
saying,
for an
Jason,
interview.
I mean. Nolito is saying, well, there, so bubble bath is made with salt. Must bet to your point of skankalitwais. Like salt. He's saying, please tag TT. I've already done that. I've tagged TT on this video. And Milo saying, oh,
Yeah.
KB, you are a natural. You are handling this interview amazingly. Thank you so much, my lady. TT, the last words in 60 seconds, basically. I mean, what is it that you desire the world to know? What is it? What has been your experience in a nutshell with dating and being
Um,
single?
dating is beautiful, being in love is beautiful, and we should not hold ourselves and deny ourselves the opportunity to love and be loved. And let's always look forward to the best. Let's always be willing to give of the good that we possess in ourselves. Ultimately, we'll meet our match. We'll meet the people that are right for us, that are godly tailor made for whom and whatever it is that makes us who the people that we are. So for me, let's go out there, let's be lovely, let's be loving, and yeah, let's live unlimitedly.
Ah, I love that. My friend, I
Yeah.
wish you beautiful love. I wish you a soft landing type of love. I wish you like a clean love, like you said. But I wish you a love that's spiritual.
Yeah,
I wish you a love that's
yeah,
spiritual. I wish you a love that's fulfilling. I wish you a love that's understanding, that's supportive. I wish you love that is delicious. Oh my God,
yeah.
you deserve it. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
joining me,
much.
Titi. You are
So take,
such a blessing,
yeah.
man. Thank you
No,
for the
thank you.
comments. Ladies, it
Yeah.
was only ladies. There's no gents, so I can't say ladies and gentlemen. It was only ladies.
Yeah. No, thank you for
Thank
having me.
you. Thank you, Titi. Have a
Okay,
good
bye
night.
bye.
Bye,
Good night to
guys.
everyone. Bye bye.